Behind every great design is an even better story. And as this year's Asia Young Designer Awards come to a close, let us take a moment to step back to reflect on these moments, the inspiration and the amazing ideas all interwoven to give us our big story and our winners for this year's competition. This is the Asia Young Designer Awards 2019. On its 6th year here in the Philippines, this year's edition kicked off with a media launch held last July 2019. The continuing theme of Forward was launched, focused on looking for designs to provide for us a sustainable future, challenging the students to just not only think outside the box in terms of design and aesthetics, but to also be in touch with the needs of society and the environment, achieving that very delicate balance our world needs. With the support of our partner organizations, the AYDA 2019 team then proceeded with its school caravan, visiting schools within Metro Manila, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, bringing the total number of colleges and universities visited to an all-time high this year. And as November 22 came to a close, hundreds of entries poured in, starting the arduous task and often difficult process of judging. These hundreds were pre-qualified, screened and trimmed down to 20, before the judges sat down to further trim it down to 10 per category. These participants were then given a chance to present their designs in front of the judges, allowing them the opportunity to share the inspiration and the heart of the concepts that they made.
Well, about the top 10 this year, I'm happy to note that, of course, they are a great improvement than the entries last year.
This year, a lot of them are very good in presentation and they can get the idea across to this competition.
And here they are, our finalists for AYDA 2019. For the interior design category,
it's tough, challenging also, but at the same time, it's so satisfying that I got to be part of the top 10 finalists in interior design category.
So far, the staff has been very welcoming, and at first I thought I would be nervous, but it's nice to be around people in the same field and we get to know more about each other and the designs we submitted for Ayda.
Thankful lang ako na they give us this opportunity to really express and allow us to explore pa our designs and be more creative. Then, yeah, na parang may channel for us to do this.
Thank you for, of course, selecting my design as one of the top 10, and thank you for the whole experience. This will help me grow as a designer. So hopefully I get to apply what I learned, the critiques and the feedbacks to my future designs.
So far, my experience, I've just been nothing but excited and grateful that I've been given this opportunity to compete, because when I first got into the competition, I actually never thought or even dreamt of winning. I just did my best, and it so happened that it was enough.
In relation to the theme, my entry is, since it is more on the farming aspect of the Philippines, I wanted to show that being sustainable in terms of farming can help the Philippines grow economically as a country.
I applied the SDG goal, which is affordable and clean energy. And the site location is nasa Ilocos Norte, the Bangi Windmill. So, naging inspiration po kasi kasi ngayon nawawala na yung weaving, it is dying. So, I want to bring the Philippine weaving alive.
When it comes to sustainability, sa materials siya maglalay, and of course yung location, and for the future naman, syempre for the future we wanted the children to have their own future as well, kaya yung design na to, it's good for mother and children.
The story behind my design is something that was embedded to me as a child. It came from a personal experience that I wanted people to benefit from, because it was a story of how I was I experienced being under the state of calamity, and I wanted to create a better environment for people so that the things that happen to me won't happen to other people.
Yung design ko actually, it's visualized to be used 5 years from now. Hopefully by then, especially yung amphibious boat, it's still being developed by Europeans, by Americans. So hopefully one day here in the Philippines we'll have that also.
For the architecture category,
So this year's theme is all about forward, a sustainable future. I make the biostructural approach so that it will revive the lost biodiversity, and I think this is a sustainable thinking, and we can use this also to revive also the other places.
My design is a Sustainable Livelihood Center in Palawan. Has a rainwater harvesting that can collect and store water for sustainable water supply for the Palaweños.
Yung Philippines kasi siya yung third worst offender when it comes to plastic waste. So yung proposal ko may kinalaman siya sa conversion of solid waste into building material.
The story behind Reborn, the emerging communities, is about the aftermath of the magnitude 7.2 earthquake that could strike Metro Manila anytime. So it is a recovery home for them to be able to cope up and to recover from the traumatic experience they had.
The design there is to overcome their problems and design accordingly to their culture and considering modern technology.
The Ayda competition made me feel both nervous and excited at the same time, because the expectations of the judges on how it will go and what's going to happen in the presentation.
My design, it's all about refugees, to accommodate them in case of natural calamities or political issues around the world.
Yung design ko po talagang nag-direct ako mismo sa mismong tema niya na sustainable, na lahat ng innovations na gagawin ko, lahat ng planning na gagawin ko. Gusto ko lahat na swak o pasok dun sa criteria ng sustainability.
whose design will showcase the best raw talent among this year's entries? Which entry will contribute most to the sustainable future we are aspiring for? Whose story will prove most compelling? Join us as we await the crowning of this year's winners.
We love AYDA! Woo! I love AYDA!
Continuing to move forward to a sustainable future. This is the Asia Young Designer Awards 2019.